Hi guys, welcome back to the Chirping Bird. Today we are doing a very special podcast with my BFF, FFFFFF in the entire world, Serena. I didn't even do an intro to myself.
Yeah, no, but you said the Chirping Bird.
The Chirping Bird, but if you're new
I'm Talia,
here, I'm Talia.
Yeah,
I totally forgot that part. But yeah, well, no, there's no redos in podcasts.
What?
We just go. You just go with the flow.
Like even if you mess up?
Yeah.
So are you including this part?
Yeah.
So I clearly don't know anything about podcasting.
Guys,
so...
Well, but you are going to learn so much about it now because now you're going to be
out.
I mean, you can totally edit out
but
things.
That's lame.
But why would I edit it out if
our
it's just
true
like
personality.
Yes, our true personalities.
And our flaws.
Our shiny. Oh my gosh. Anyways, for those of you who don't know me, my name is Tal. I have a YouTube channel with like 200 subscribers.
I've also been featured in some of those videos. So
yeah. You were the very first video that you were on was the
nachos?
No, she pooped your pants.
If you guys have not watched that video already, I highly recommend it.
Dude, that video
really
like
funny.
Not like blew up,
but compared to
everything else, like I got thousands of views on it.
Yes.
I'm like, what the heck? It's not even that funny, but I mean, I guess people just enjoy listening.
I think like when they see the title, because a couple of my friends, when I shared it on Instagram, they were like, wait a second, who pooped their pants?
Yeah, that was a whole situation. Yeah. Anyways, for those of you who don't know, I have a coffee addiction. I drink like, I'm limited to 2 cups a day. I wish I could have more. That would be great.
She'd probably have 10 if she could.
Yeah.
Maybe 6.
Yeah. Oh, I've had like 10 before.
But do you get shaky?
Depends if I'm doing espresso shots. Yes.
That's not good. The shakiness is not good.
It's great.
It's like being on crack. Just kidding, guys. We don't condone drugs.
We don't know what it's like to be on crack.
We don't do that. No. Never.
Now it sounds like we actually...
I know, the way we said it sounds like we're lying, but we're being serious.
We're not drug addicts.
That's like when I tell people and they think I'm like just being sarcastic, and I'm like, no, I'm serious.
No, I'm serious.
I'm serious. I don't do that.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Okay, well, I actually have 2 things that I want to do with you on my podcast.
What do you want to do?
Okay, so the first thing is hot seat. I heard this on another podcast, hot seat. So it's basically where you ask questions to someone and you have to answer truthfully and as fast as possible. Like just
don't
the
think
thing
it too much.
Yeah. Don't think about it too much. You just think of something off
I
the top
really want to
of
do
your
that.
Head. Well,
that'd be fun, and I want you to question me. Like,
I'm
doing
all
it.
For it. We're doing it.
Okay, hot seat. And what's the second one?
And the second one, well, why don't we do the second one first? Because then
the second one? You didn't even tell me.
I know. I'm so bad at this. I just like lead you on, and
you're just like,
well. So the second thing we're gonna be doing. No, the second thing is just give like the podcast like a minute introduction about yourself.
About ourselves?
No, about you.
Myself.
Yeah, about you.
Like just a basic like person, like a bio type.
Yeah,
of
like a bio, like a little mini paragraph. You know, in middle school when you had to write like a new teacher.
Something about. I had to do that in college. For almost every class I had, I kid you not. Guys, I want you to write something down about yourself, like a couple sentences, and I'm like.
Just like a background, you know, like who you are, what you do, your plan, your mission on this earth. Give your introduction, your minute introduction to yourself.
So guys, my name is Serena. As we know, I'm 19 years old. I live in Canada, Toronto. I'm Guyanese, Canadian. I was born here. I have one brother. I am currently studying law at Actually, we'll keep that confidential English. I also suck at English, clearly, even though I was born here. My favorite color is black, and I don't want anybody to come for me telling me it's a shade. I don't care. I love animals.
We gotta get used to this mic. If you guys, oh my gosh, if I don't take a picture of this and like put it on my IG,
you guys would not understand where we are.
We are currently in the linen closet in my house.
Bedroom.
We have one mic for the two of us. It's in between us. We're both sitting on amps, and we're about 3 centimeters apart from each other. Our knees are currently touching.
Personal space non-existent today, but we're best friends, so it's okay.
It's okay.
But let it be anybody else, it would not be okay.
Yeah, we're getting up close and personal with this one. Until I figure out how to do more than one mic with my
intro
computer.
sucked, but you guys get it, right? I'm like not even gonna redo that.
No, that was good. That was good.
You guys know
there was
something...
nothing like specific you had to do.
No,
say
I told them like what I'm studying, my age, my favorite color. Oh, I also love plants.
There you go.
That has to be in there. Okay.
Anyways,
yes.
Good. That was a good introduction. I have some hot seat questions for you.
Oh God, here we go.
So they're not that deep.
They're not
not
intrusive.
No, they're not juicy, like overly juicy.
Okay.
They're just like some good questions that I figured I'd ask you.
This thing is leaving a mark on my ass because of the butt.
No.
It's gonna happen to you too, probably.
Probably.
Yeah.
Okay, so the first question: what is your favorite memory of us?
My favorite memory of us. Well, there's a lot, but I mean, if I really have to narrow it down, I'm gonna have to pick like 2. There's one time in the summer, we went to Toronto for the entire day, and it was like a random last minute plan. We took public transit. We didn't even know like where we were going, like food wise, what our day would be like.
Yeah, we just went.
And you knew the area, so you were like, I know, like we're fine. I'll find stuff for us to do. And that was fun because we ended up going to a Mexican food place. We got this amazing ice cream. It's like purple and black.
Okay, charcoal and sweet potato ice cream. I still talk about it to this day.
Me too. Every time it pops up on my memories, I show my mom, and I'm like, I would do anything for this ice cream.
It was in a Lululemon.
Yeah, it was pop up. It wasn't even like their shop. It was like pop up type of thing. And we went like to like a mini Chinatown type of thing. We went to a cool park. Like, we did the most that day in a few hours.
We just, like, walked around and did everything.
We traveled we went, all through these, like, quiet... Remember the streets that had all those restaurants?
Oh, and, that was,
it was really cool.
Kensington Market.
Yes. That was one memory, and another memory would have to be...
You only need to pick one.
Oh, okay. There's so many good ones, but yeah, that was the fun. I don't know.
Yeah, we always do like.
I think it's because it was not planned, out.
We were just like, yeah, we're going down. The only planning thing we did was this time meet at my house,
and we're going. Yeah, and Scarborough Bluffs.
Scarborough Bluffs.
That was amazing.
If you guys haven't checked out that video on my channel,
it's amazing.
It's up. We went to Scarborough Bluffs. It's pretty cool.
Yes.
Anyways, next question is the best place to travel to. Doesn't necessarily have to be somewhere that you've
I was gonna say, so it doesn't have to be somewhere I've been.
Just the best place to travel to. I'm gonna assume it should be somewhere that you've been, because otherwise
how
wouldn't
would you know, right? Okay, that's a good one. Let me think about it. I've been to a lot of places, but they're always vacations. I would say one of the best places to travel to is Mexico. Hands down.
Yeah, because you've been like 15 times.
Yes, it's fun. The weather, the food, the people. It's just amazing. The beaches. I mean, that goes for a lot of other places, but I really like Mexico. It's one of my favorites.
I want to go back. I went once.
You went once?
Yeah.
Yeah, I went like
wasn't that fun?
A lot of times.
I got a concussion when I went. So.
What?
Yeah.
And I saw someone from high school when we went.
Oh my gosh.
I'm gonna drop
And that's the tea.
Yes.
Okay, so this is like this is just like a bunch of random questions. Like none of
fine.
them are related to each other in any way.
That's fine.
But the next one is favorite quality about yourself. Like a personality trait. Like a quality personality trait. Or that you value most in yourself.
I want to say it's like my caringness and responsibility, because I'm like that friend that always like tries to keep everything together. Like when you're out, checks up on people. Like
guys,
even if we're
I swear to God, she checks
like
up on me once a day.
Yeah. Hey, are you alive? You good?
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like sometimes it can be bad, but I think it's a good trait to have, and like I don't know, I'm happy that I'm a caring, good person.
Good. That was a good answer. Yes. I like that. Okay, that's all the hot seat questions that I have.
It's okay, we'll make more.
I'll make a list
I'm
for the next one.
asking you them.
Oh yeah, for the next episode that we do together?
I would like to do one where Andre asks both of us.
That'll be good. I'll have to tell him though, and then he'll have to plan it.
Can even do a couples one. Like I ask you guys and
like
couples edition.
It'd be like therapy.
Yeah, it probably would be. I'll make it like not too juicy. You know the TikToks where it's like, oh, like, who apologizes first, and then like you gotta put your hand up or point at like who, like yourself.
Oh yeah,
them.
That would be good. Yeah. But I feel that I would have to make it a video as well.
That'd be better, maybe.
Oh, it could be a podcast edition
and a video. Yeah, it's like if you don't want to watch a video, listen to the podcast.
Yeah,
you got options.
It would kind of be a boring video though, until I like attack him because he says that
it gets intense depending on the questions and funny. So
that's true. What's the best question that you've seen?
It's usually like who causes arguments first, and one will point at the other, and then the other will, and they're like, are you like, it's always you, or like who's more moody, and like, oh my god, they point at the girl usually, and the girl's like, are you dumb? Like, it's not me.
Oh my gosh, yeah, if you ever do like who starts the arguments the most,
it gets like,
I'll point to myself, he'll point to me. I don't like start arguments all the time. Well, not well. It's never purposely. Sometimes purposefully, because like I'm just like craving some sort of like heated discussion. You know, I just want to like I don't know. But sometimes I'll be like, "Are you mad at me? I know you're mad at me." And he's like, "What? What? No, I'm not. I'm not mad at you. I
yes,
swear.
You are.
Yes, you are. I know your face. You're mad at me. What? No."
Yeah, that's I used to do that too, though.
Yes, throwback to when Serena was in a relationship.
That will be a different podcast, guys, and we will tell you a great story.
We should, honestly.
We should.
I don't know if we'll do like the whole story because
no,
I
not
feel
everything.
Like that could be a little bit invasive.
Well, and we'll make up fake names or code names as well because we can do
some fake names, but basically her ex-boyfriend, we'll name him what's the tequila name? Jose Cuervo.
Okay, Jose Cuervo.
Jose Cuervo.
That's his name.
Yeah, so he
can't believe you thought of that.
He was just like
psychotic.
You
guys get it, right? I feel like after that they're like,
oh my gosh, yeah. What the heck? Yeah, no, that's definitely a good podcast episode. We can talk about.
We should talk about like healing and like letting go and like the cycle of toxicity.
Such a good one.
Because like if we're gonna like it's juicy like to listen to, but then we can also relate it to some positive stuff. Like
we're only at 14 minutes.
Oh wow.
Podcasts go for like an hour long.
There's ones that are like 2 hours.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't think I could sit and listen to it.
My brother sometimes listens to it and then he like pauses it and then like on his way to work sitting in traffic.
Yeah, I know, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, we should totally talk about like the cycle of, what did you say? You said it so perfectly. Or,
it's like the
cycle of letting go.
No, like in school, like there was actually like a thing, and I can't even remember the class, but it was like a psych type of class, and it's a cycle of violence or something. Violence. It's either a cycle of violence in relationships, and literally the circle is literally what I did.
Wait. Okay, so I'm confused. They teach you this in school, and you're in the same program together.
Oh, no. This was in high school.
Oh.
This was in high school in a psych class. but I remember. Yeah, and when I think about it, I'm like, yeah, like the whole, I can't even remember all the parts of like the circle, but like I went through all, like it just keeps going and going, because like they abuse you, they apologize, they try and make it seem like they're sorry, and you feel bad, and you just keep going around and around, and it's like, I did that, and I learned about it.
And I did
it's
that
crazy.
for 2 years.
Yeah, 2.5.
Oh my goodness.
But then they also say, like, even though you're in the cycle, you'll never know that you're in the cycle.
That is very true. Love is blind.
Mm-hmm.
You are blinded by a relationship.
Yep.
It doesn't matter if it's good, if it's bad. I mean, sometimes even if it's bad, like, you will know that it's bad, but you can still be so blind to it. There's so many, like, people when they're in abusive, like, physically abusive relationships, and they're getting hit.
And they still don't.
And they still don't know.
See it, know it. Yeah, they still think it's okay.
They think it's normal. They think it's okay. He loves me. She loves me.
But prior to that, if anyone ever told them about being hit in a relationship, they'd be like, oh, that's messed up. But then when it happens to you, you're like, oh.
You're like, it's okay.
Yeah, it's so weird. I don't know.
Yeah. Just to reiterate, Serena was not physically abused.
No.
Emotionally
Emotionally,
abused.
Mentally, yes.
And mentally abused. Not physically, do not worry.
Yeah.
We do not
Otherwise,
have
my mom
a restraining order on this guy.
This guy. No,
on Jose Cuervo.
Jose Cuervo.
It's the best name I could come up with.
I don't even know. I was going to say, like, Bob.
Oh, I don't know. I was going for something more extravagant.
Fun.
I don't know. Like, just talking about having, like, code names for exes is so juicy. It just makes the story so much more better. Yeah.
That story is a long story, though. Like, I don't even know how we do it in, like, a nutshell. Like, not too long and boring.
Honestly, here's the whole situation. I'll give it. We were gonna do it in a whole other episode. I'll do it for you now. I'll do it right now.
Lucky you guys.
Basically, he cheated. And then they broke up, and then got back together again.
Yep.
And then lied, and then
said bad things.
Really
bad things.
And then the girl who he cheated on Serena with messaged her.
Showed
everything. And then said that it wasn't him. He said that it wasn't him. But it was because we called him from her
the messages
phone.
From her phone. Then the club said worse things.
Oh yeah, said worse things in public.
Bad things when he was intoxicated.
But I mean, I feel like that's not as bad because you're like intoxicated and like you're intoxicated, so
he's
like sometimes like
he's probably talking about himself, like not me. That's what like somebody told me the other day. They're like remember I told you went to visit somebody?
Yeah.
Who knows him? And they're like, when he said those things, it's because he's so miserable and that's what he feels about himself. Like those, we'll just say death. And that's why. So, but yeah, it was very traumatizing. Like she was Talia was there through the whole thing, and she just saw this guy lie. Like
it was a very emotional roller coaster. We spent long nights driving around, trying to find people, trying to get to this guy's. We rolled up to his house and was like, "It wasn't me. It wasn't me.
Crying.
It wasn't me. How come you don't believe me?"
Takes my hand. I would never. I was like, "You're such a liar."
Sorry, but we literally just called you from her phone.
Oh yeah, this message is me, but all of this is not me. That's what I'm saying. That part we'd have to do a video because I feel like people, if they saw us like show, for example, like, hey, like this is the part that he's saying it's not him, but all of this is him, they'd be like, wait, what? They'd be just as obliterated like us.
I honestly think even from words, like in a text conversation, guys, in a texting conversation, you have all the different messages sent. Apparently some were him and some were not, but it was all in the same conversation from the same person. That I don't know how anyone could get confused from that.
And the WhatsApp thing too. You don't remember the WhatsApp thing? There was like messages where he was like, "Oh, I love you," and calling her like all these names and stuff. And then, he said it wasn't him, and I was like, "But that's your WhatsApp profile picture." And he's like, "Anybody could have just used my picture, so it was her who made another like like
oh yeah, oh my gosh,
you get it?
Yeah, he was like, oh yeah, this girl's like
she's
making
crazy.
all of these.
She's crazy.
She's crazy.
She's the craziest girl, psychotic, and who turned out to be very crazy and psychotic.
This girl was actually so
nice.
Normal, like nice kind.
Like I could be her friend. She was nice. Like I had no hard feelings to her. She was a normal, regular girl, and he was trying to convince us that she was like
the psychotic.
Like, not even that, like she was like a magician, like she could do the most, like she
was like some sort of Photoshop editor who was like photoshopping all these text conversations.
FBI or something, like FBI out here.
Oh my gosh, yeah, no, yeah. Crazy, absolutely insane.
It was bad. Her mom made me promise to never take this guy back, like to never be with him, to break up with him.
Oh yeah, my mom was like, doesn't matter if he didn't cheat, if it turns out he wasn't cheating, you're not allowed.
You're still not allowed. And I was like, okay, I promise.
I promise.
And then we left for our adventure to find the girl.
Yeah, anyways, that was the story. The end.
The end. In a nutshell, guys.
In a nutshell, yeah, that was the short edition of it. And then it was just a long, painful overcoming of a breakup. Yeah, I mean, I think it's hard when you're with someone for 2.5 years and you just have to let everything go. I definitely could see how that's difficult, especially now when I'm in a relationship.
Yeah.
You know, at the time when this was all happening, I was... No.
Wait, no, you were... What am I saying? You were with Andre.
I was dating...
My bad.
I was dating Andre, but that was like at the beginning of our relationship, because all of it...
Yeah.
Like, I started dating him a year and a half ago. And all of this started a year ago. Really, like...
Yeah. Like, really into it, yeah.
Yeah, so that's when we were still kind of, like, first dating, and I'm like, yeah, what's the point? Just leave him. Like, I mean, obviously,
like, Talia, I can't.
I know. I loved Andre. I loved.
Oh, God, Andre's gonna listen to this.
No, I know, he's gonna be like,
what the hell did you just say?
Yeah, no, like, at the time, like,
yeah,
you know,
you were new into a relationship.
Yeah, I was new into the relationship, and obviously, I still loved him at that point in time, but then it's so much easier to get up and go from a relationship that you're only with a person for 4 months. And I'm like, hey, what's the big deal?
You were like, seriously, just leave him. I was like, you don't get it. We should also do
not that hard, okay?
Podcast about red flags, because you know what? Like, all of the trauma I went through could have obviously been avoided with the 101 red flags. But like we said, love is blind. But still, red flags are important. I feel like people should really...
But it's hard, though, because you can't see the red flags unless someone tells you.
You told me. I still couldn't listen. I still didn't listen, though. No. Like, you told me. I feel like other people told me. But
you don't listen because you're like, oh,
no, you're wrong.
Like, you're wrong. Like,
it's not like that.
Well, and also I think it's harder because you, as the person in a relationship, you're thinking, okay, but you're not in this relationship. You don't really know.
Yeah, that's also true.
He meant by when he said that. True. You know, if your boyfriend calls you stupid, you're like, okay, but like, I don't think he really meant it that way. And I'm like, what the heck? Like, delete that. Yeah, no, that definitely red flags.
Very
I mean, like,
important.
I could come
up
with
a lot.
I could come up with a list of red flags if you're in a relationship. Even now, like, in my relationship, I can be like, oh yeah, that's a red flag. But some of them you have to say, is
it really though?
Is it really though?
Yeah.
And is it just my mind playing tricks on me because I'm so nervous about being in a relationship?
That's why red flags are hard, because after all of this and healing and getting better, like, me and my mom have talked, and she's like, you know, when you're in your next relationship, you're gonna have a lot of trust issues, and you're gonna look at things as red flags, and they're not gonna be red flags necessarily.
Or
but
they
you
are,
also,
but they're not. You know, maybe it's a red flag to something else. Maybe it's a red flag of, you know, you yourself are not emotionally stable, or you yourself are not physically stable, or, you know, it could be red flags for something not the relationship. That's not the relationship. And I think definitely going into my relationship, obviously I had a lot of trust issues and issues on my half.
Imagine, like, you went through everything with me too, and you saw, like, everything from beginning to end too.
To end, and
all the deep stuff that nobody knows about, like, yeah.
Yeah, you
and you're
know,
just like, wow.
all you see is bad things, and then you go into a relationship, and
because you never think it's gonna happen to you.
And also, I think that has to do with a lot of anxiety and, like, build-up of, you know...
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You just start to... You think about one thing, and then
your mind wanders.
Your mind wanders, and your brain spirals into this...
It's true.
Huge black cyclone of...
Like, when it comes to relationship advice, I feel like I can't even give good relationship advice because, like...
all I've known is, like, bad things.
Yeah, because it's like, what do I say? Like, oh, look out for the red flags and just try and be smarter than I was and not be blinded by love. Like, that's the best advice I could give. Actually, you know what? I have one piece of advice, but I feel like it also goes the same way, like, because I've also heard this growing up, like, in school, learning about, like, how, like, all these things. Don't ever feel like you have to stay with somebody because they're threatening you for whatever reason, whether it's to hurt you, hurt themselves, etc., etc. That feels good.
Just opened up the door.
People are gonna
the closet.
I really have to be careful what I say. Like, the podcast is like...
Yeah, because there's no camera. You can't see what's going on.
And they're like, what feels good? We just opened the door, guys, and we got air. That's what I meant. So, nothing else.
Oh my gosh.
But, yeah, like, you know, I feel like they've taught us this in school. Like, if someone's threatening suicide, like, you don't need to stay with that person. That is not your responsibility. But yet I felt it was my responsibility, and I stayed.
Because you
and
feel
a lot of people
so
do that.
attached to that person.
Mm-hmm.
And you feel obligated because you're in this relationship.
Mm-hmm.
And it's so much harder to let go because you feel if that person decides to do anything, then it's on you.
Fault.
It's your fault. But I am here to tell you it is not.
It is not. Also, one thing my brother also told me too, and he's kind of right, he's like, if someone's gonna do something to themselves, they're probably gonna do it regardless of you or not. Like, if they're really going to do it.
Yeah, if it's in their heart of hearts,
yes,
they're gonna do it.
Exactly. Like, if they're determined to do it, like, it's not gonna be just, oh, because I left you. Like, they're gonna do it.
If I wanted to buy a Gucci handbag, and Andre was like, don't do it.
Yeah.
Do not do it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that is a bad financial decision, but I really, really, really
You're
want
gonna
this.
still do it.
I'm still going to buy it.
That's so true. That's so true.
Who
is
in my way of telling me what I'm going to do? Yeah, well, we're already at a half an hour this one, and we already did like 5 minutes before, so we've been...
I didn't realize it was this easy to talk.
It is so... This is why I wanted to do a podcast, and, like, especially with you and Andre.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I'm like, I could
there's
literally...
so much to talk about.
Do you remember when I was sitting in the car, and I'm like,
I'm so
excited
You
because
said that.
I'm going to just have so many episodes of podcasts with you, because we can just sit and talk for hours.
We have so many
topics.
Like, I swear, guys, I think we've been friends since grade 11-ish.
Yeah, but we hung out with each other when we were in, like, grade 7, and we didn't even know it.
No, but I'm saying, like, we've been like actual
close
friends for
since
not
grade 11.
that long, like, realistically,
5 years.
but yet, in those 5 years, the amount of things that have happened, guys, you have no idea. We could talk for days about myself, about Talia, about things together, like...
Things that have happened
my stories, your stories.
We knew each other, like... Everything. I swear she knows me inside and out. What's my coffee order? Top of your head. Go.
The espresso. It's called espresso. Espresso shot. Splash of coconut milk and 2 pumps of toffee nut syrup. Andre. God. Shout out to
Andre. Doesn't even
mentioning
know it.
Andre in this. He's gonna listen to this and be like,
see, like, those are the type of things that, like, I don't know. You just learn about a person when you spend. Like. So many, like, we will see each other, like, once or twice a week. Not even that frequently.
Not even.
But I swear to God, we'll spend the entire day together.
The entire day.
And from, like, the second she gets here, or the second I get to her house, or the second we're, like, doing... We are, like, we don't shut up.
No, we don't. Yeah,
we're probably really annoying.
Like, there's friends that, like, I have friends where I'm comfortable with, that I can sit in their room and we can be dead silent and it's fine. But, like, I don't know, us, we just always have, like, something to talk about.
Something to say. And, I mean, I guess I do kind of envy people who can have relationship when you can just sit silently and, like, you're doing two separate things. And, you know, someone's working on homework and someone's like doing research on a computer. Like some totally different things. You're not having anything to do with each other. You're not doing like a project together.
It's just like your presence is there, so you're not like lonely. And like we've never done that because most of the times, guys, like we're cooking or like we're doing something fun together. That's just how we are. Trails, painting, something. But if it came down to it, like if Talia had to like edit a video and I had to do homework, like we could probably sit there and not talk to each other. It'd be fine.
Study and editing dates.
Yes.
In
January. Oh god. School.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, because you're not going back to school until January.
Yeah, and guess what? Half of it's online.
Yeah, I know.
And less things change, but I doubt.
But honestly, I think it's better online because then you have the flexibility of like doing it when you want. You don't have to wake up at 8 a.m. For
hear
a
me
lecture.
Out. I completely agree with that. But going into a bachelor's, the pressure is a little intense, and I'm not like I'm good learning online, but it depends what the class is. A lot of these classes, I don't know. Like, okay, for example, I have a math one, and guess what? It's online. I'd rather be in class.
Yeah, because if you need help with something, you can't be like, let me just raise my hand real quick.
And another thing, I want to be in class because how do you make friends? Who do you ask for help on homework and projects and exams?
So true.
It's really important to meet people in your program. Like 2 years in the program.
Yeah.
Met so many people. We would give each other answers for tests, for like everything. Like we'd look over each other's like obviously you have to be careful because some people could copy your like essays, but you know you're smart about it. Group projects, like
like it's useful to have people
like
that
they'd edit my essay, I'd edit their essay because we're in the same field. You know, like one's better at this and I'm better at that. And it sucks to not be able to meet people.
Yeah, and I think definitely not because you live at home.
Yes, that's another thing.
You don't get the experience of meeting all the people when you're living on residence.
Which is why I am like need to go to class.
I think definitely because I went away for a year, I got that experience. Yeah. And I'm kind of, not that I'm over it, but I'm like, you know what? I wouldn't mind doing online classes, but that's also because I've done a year away from home, or a year and a half away from home.
I just get nervous because I'm like, I just like, what if I need, like, I can't even explain, like a question. I need help on something, homework, project, essay, and it's like, who am I gonna ask? Like, hey, I don't understand this. What did you put? Who am I gonna ask? Like. Guys, I could have met my future husband in this program.
Oh my gosh. I definitely...
You know?
Okay, what are your thoughts on having someone, like a spouse, who is in the same field as you? I feel like... I, personally, I don't think that would work. I would never want anyone who is into, like, media or anyone who's into,
because it's too much of one thing?
Yeah.
And you want something else.
And, and, like, I went to school for music and music like media and stuff, so, and like starting your own record label, and if I met anyone in that field, I feel like it wouldn't work because we'd be bashing heads so much.
That is true.
And I'm a very hot-headed person.
Yes.
So that
never fought with Talia, but I've seen her fight with her siblings and like stuff, and that's how I know.
If you fight with me, you're losing.
Yeah, facts. You know, I always tell my mom, I'm like, you know, if I need anybody to be beaten up, but guys, I'm not like that. Like, violence is a no. But I'm just saying, like, if situation, or even if I know that Talia, I'm like, Talia, like, some of the boys that I've dealt with, I think they're so tough and stuff, Talia could flip them on their behind because she has more muscle than them and she's stronger.
Oh my gosh.
So, but yeah, I don't know how I feel about someone with the same career. Like, I think it's cool. Like, for example, I don't know if let's for example say I was a police officer. I don't know if I would want to marry someone who's a police officer. Maybe I'd want to marry someone who's like into forensics, like something else in law. But
someone else in the same like area,
but not
interest.
The exact same job. That's a little, I don't know. I guess it's like you said. It's like you bash heads. I feel like it's a little boring almost.
And also the chances of you meeting at the same workplace
low.
Is very well.
Would you say it's low?
well, if you're meeting the person at your workplace because you're in the same profession, right? You're both police officers.
Mm-hmm.
You both meet at the police station because you both work for the police station. But then that becomes kind of awkward. Let me tell you, mixing work with pleasure.
You know what? They always say
not good.
I don't know where I've heard it, but I've heard it 100 times that you should never date someone from your work.
That.
Well, it's happened at some of my jobs too, and it never ends well.
Yeah, it's not just.
Be careful, guys.
You know, when it happened to me, I ended up leaving my job because I just couldn't. I mean, I was in high school, so.
Oh my god.
It wasn't that bad.
It wasn't a serious thing.
It wasn't that serious.
It's not like a set career.
Yeah, it wasn't a set career, but I was like, you know what, I can't. Well, I mean, that wasn't the only reaon why I left, but
part of it.
It was a key part into why I left, and I just had to remove myself from that situation because I couldn't do it anymore. It would have been too emotionally heartbreaking.
We are so dramatic.
Poor 16-year-old Tao was so
heartbroken. It's like me.
Not really. I really wasn't.
It's like me. But yeah, I don't know. Like, it'd have to be a similar area, or if like they had a completely different job, like that's also good too. Because I don't know, like that never bothered me. Like if I'm in law and someone was like in medical or I don't know what other jobs, trades, like that wouldn't bother me. But I don't think I'd want to have the exact same job as my spouse. No.
Yeah, and I mean also I like having, especially like dating Andre and him being in the trades.
So good.
It's so nice because
he
fixes everything.
It's like my dad. He fixes anything and everything.
It's so nice because then I like don't ever have to learn how to fix stuff and like.
Actually, if I had a choice between like just randomly, if I had a choice to marry someone like within my field, or someone who's handy like in the trades, I'd probably be the guy in the trades because my dad fixes and does everything. All of you guys who have to pay to get your oil and brakes changed can't relate. My dad does it, so I don't know.
No, honestly, like,
and things at home too, like the the toilet, anything that breaks.
Yeah, fixes it.
Most people would have to call the plumber,
my
the electrician.
Grandma needed a new sink because hers was broken.
Andre fixed it.
Andre literally replaced the entire sink. Guess how much it would have cost to get a plumber in to fix it?
Well, I don't know. Like, if she had to replace, I'm gonna have to say more than 5 bills.
It would have been like
I'm
$300 for the plumber to actually come in.
But
then you have to pay for the sink, and the sink is going to be more expensive when you buy it with the company.
Probably almost close to $1,000.
It's so expensive when you buy those. When you get someone to come into your house. Literally, Andre did it for dinner. And he was like, I just want spaghetti for dinner.
And they can charge you by the hour and stuff like that. And some people are greedy and take their time and stuff. So, but yeah, it's good to have a handyman.
We'll talk about that with Andre.
Yeah, he should know.
He knows, yeah.
He should know. Who knows? Oh my god.
I'm not saying anything.
We have to find out from Andre.
We'll talk to him
we don't know.
In the next podcast.
Yes.
Yeah.
We need a stretch break.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, well, you know what? We've been talking for almost 45 minutes.
Great.
So, I think we'll probably end the podcast.
Close out
here because it's been a hot minute. So, with that being said, make sure that if you guys enjoyed this podcast, like it, subscribe. It's going to be posted on my YouTube for the next little while.
Okay.
Because I gotta figure out Spotify and how to use that.
Oh yeah, I don't even know how that works. Okay.
Yeah.
I heard that.
So, it's gonna be on YouTube for the next little while. Make sure you subscribe, thumbs up. Follow me on Instagram. Follow Serena's Serena's. Follow so you know I've been talking too long.
Honestly.
Follow Serena on Instagram. That's about it.
Hope you all enjoyed.
Yeah, I hope you guys all enjoyed. And I'll talk to you next time. Bye.
Bye.